Season 7 of the Master Chief Collection is now live. I've done a video already kind of walking through the features you can expect with the Battle Pass system, for lack of a better term, as well as some of the challenges you have to complete. And additionally, probably the coolest feature is the inclusion of the custom games browser. Right now it only supports Halo Reach, but they said, they being 343, said, hey, we are going to be adding it to some of the other games in the near future. So at least you get your foot in the door on the custom games browser. You're probably asking yourself, Jim, what the heck? What do I want the custom games browser for? And I'm going to tell you as soon as you guys subscribe to the channel. All right, so the custom games browser is really your gateway into some of the zany, goofy hijinks that existed in Halo that a lot of us, myself included, never really got the opportunity to enjoy. Back in the day, if you wanted to play on a custom game with your friends, you would have to have all your friends online at one time, of course. You would also have to have access to said custom game, either by creating it on your own or getting it on your console somehow. Then once you've done all that, you can launch it and begin. The reality is that's just very hard to do with people's schedules. And the reality is that modding and custom games and the Forge, while a neat toy, let's be honest, very what is this guy doing? Very difficult to actually master and create your own stuff. So you had to really rely on other people for getting you that information. Additionally, there never really was a central repository for all of the custom games. There's a lot of websites that existed. A lot of people were doing things in tandem. There was not a real central location on where to find mods, install mods, and even more so to modify them to make them better. Because you'll notice as you explore this, there are versions of a lot of these games. This might be like Mario Kart version 1.0 as I eat a big turd right there. This might be Mario Kart version 1.0, but Mario Kart version 2.0 adds in weapons or adds in more tracks or whatever. So as a result, you weren't always necessarily even getting the best stuff. And that's really what I love about the custom games browser, that 343 has really taken any of that guesswork out of it. You allow everybody to search for a custom game, which is great. So you don't have to know any of these people. You're going to find high quality matches because it's on the dedicated Halo servers. And better yet, the public is going to really decide which of these games is the best. Because obviously if a game isn't good, then no one's going to be playing it. So if you find a match that has 16 of 16 participants in it, as opposed to a match that has 0 of 16, probably a pretty good chance the stuff that you are getting into isn't that great. The nice thing is, if you don't see a server or a game that you want, you can make one. And since, again, it's all hosted over on the Microsoft servers, it's super easy for your friends to jump in and to participate with you. And even if it's only 1 or 2 friends, you could have 1 or 2 friends playing with you, and then you can fill the server with a bunch of other random people and still get a nice high quality match and still a fun high quality game, something that you would have definitely not have gotten before because, again, you had to have your friends kind of being that, servers, bring the server basically with them. If you only have 1 or 2 people playing, you're not going to have a very fun match. Now, a lot of these games I have never heard of, and I just showed you the Mario Kart one a second ago. Now we're taking a look at one called NASCAR. And the rules on these games vary wildly. I guess the biggest thing I could say about a lot of these, this one in particular, they're very simple to understand, but it's going to take you a match or two to kind of get your feet wet, essentially, to kind of like understand what is going on. And to say, oh, okay, I understand, like, these are the rules, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. In most instances, most of the games are derivations on racing. They are derivations on some sort of infection, or they are derivations on an obstacle course. But I have to admit, the creativity that I have seen on some of these games is just fascinating to me. Take this one, for example, where basically warthogs are driving down this chute at increased speed. And it's up to you as the infected with an energy hammer to swat them down to, get the point. Obviously, most of the people start in the warthog, but as you saw in my case, the physics aren't necessarily your friend. And as a result, you're probably going to die pretty quick. Which, hey, you know what? That's okay. So if this isn't your thing, well, fear not, because there are a lot of other games available as well. Like Jenga, for example, which unfortunately I didn't get to play too much of. I was mostly an observer. And this is the kind of stuff I talk about where, a game like this comes out, and this is Jenga, basically version 1.0. Maybe version 2.0 increases the respawn timer so you're not sitting impatiently and waiting to participate in a match. That's what I mean about you can expect to find the best versions of these games on the game's browser. Jenga, very a nonsensical game where all of the Spartans are standing on a platform made of various decorations that you would expect to see in a Halo game. Barricades, walls, pallets, etc. And as a result, they are standing there while another player is throwing tanks and vehicles at them in an effort to destroy them. But as with, all of the other games, the nice thing is, if you like it or not, it doesn't matter. There are many others to play. This looks like it'd be a lot of fun playing with your friends, basically pushing wraiths and grenades and throwing people, or throwing objects at people. And lastly, I want to show you Truck Madness, which I actually found the most interesting. Truck Madness puts you in the role of a Spartan, obviously, during an infection-type event, where zombies jump down from the top above you in all of these kind of overpass things, while there are a handful of vehicles in which the Spartans are doing their best to basically stay on. Now, the interesting thing about this particular mode is the vehicles have been designed in such a way that they're so tall and the jumping has been gimped so bad that unless you basically load in on these very predetermined loading points, you're going to basically just be running in the street. And as you can see, zombies will start jumping over the top. Obviously, I don't make it very long here. And just like with every other infected mode, when you die, you come back as a zombie, and then it's your job to try to take out all these vehicles, which is really a lot of fun. I'll close with this. This is awesome, and this gives me a lot of hope for what we can expect to see in Halo Infinite. It's been no secret that 343 has said the Master Chief Collection is going to be their test bed for Halo Infinite. So a lot of the animated custom nameplates that you see and special events and the way that the Battle Pass system have already been fleshed out in the Master Chief Collection. Fully expect to see those in Halo Infinite. The fact that a custom game browser now exists, expect to see that in Halo Infinite. And I'm really excited for what this holds in terms of kind of, the development of this game and the enjoyment. I feel like you could always load up Halo and find something fun to do. The best part is, and really truly the best part, to me at least, is that all of the games you see here count towards your progress. So in the Season Pass, for example, one of the challenges is to get 343 kills with an energy sword, which typically, if you were playing in a competitive multiplayer match, would probably take you a hot minute. You'd have to fight over to said energy sword, get it, then actually get some kills with that. That's going to take you some time. Well, it took me about an hour and a half to beat because I played on Castle Wars, which was awesome. So I was able to dive in on an energy sword, run down across that bridge, fight against other Spartans, and just have an absolute blast doing it, working towards my progress on unlocking the season content, which is something that I always go for every single time. So they've done a really good job here. This is the best of every possible world. You have a custom game browser where you can search with your friends and find any game that exists in the Halo custom game universe, or make your own lobby if you don't see one that you like. You can worry that it's not on somebody's crappy internet connection. This is on the 343 dedicated server farm, which is, you know, powered by the Microsoft stuff. So they're all great servers, really nice, high quality connections. And on top of all that, chip away at some of the harder objectives that you have to do. So a total win in my book. I wanted to just do a quick video highlighting just a few of the events I saw. There are a lot of other really good ones. There's a really fun Indiana Jones obstacle course. There's a really fun course where everybody's driving around a Mario Kart type level with a single UNSC Spartan sniper, basically standing in the center with a sniper rifle. And if you can make it all the way to the end, you can knife this guy, but he's standing there trying to snipe you as you're going through this obstacle course, just to name a few of some of the really goofy, fun things that I've seen. So I say this with all of my Halo videos, and I say it again here. Halo is phenomenal. It is a great time to jump into Master Chief Collection. It is a great time to be a Halo fan. So get out there, play some Halo, get some buzz going on this game. Understand that everything you're seeing and doing will absolutely feed into the machine that becomes Halo Infinite. And as a super Halo fan, I cannot wait. Hope you guys found this video fun and informative. Sorry about some of my lackluster gameplay, but you know what? We do our best around here. Take care of yourselves. And until next time, I will see you guys on the other side.